Hello! Welcome everyone to Mary Tejita's channel. I'm Mary. In today's class, we are going to learn how to make this beautiful bag step by step in detail. We made it using single crochet stitches. Look at this beautiful result. We are going to work on the base from scratch, and I will also teach you how to make this beautiful accessory. Every week, we make tutorials for you with trendy designs. The classes are completely free. There is no cost at all. The only thing I ask, which is very important to me and for the growth of this channel, is that you leave me a like and write a comment as a sign of appreciation. That motivates me to keep sharing videos and wonderful lessons with you. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming classes. All right. Now join me for the list of materials and then the step-by-step instructions. These are the materials: scissors, measuring tape, knitting needle size 3.5. This one is for hiding threads. Knitting needle size 6 millimeters. This will be our main needle, a bell needle. This one is for the tassel, a magnetic clasp. It comes with spaces for sewing and 2 sliders, a ring, a 3 centimeter diameter carabiner, and 4 stitch markers. You can get the hardware and accessories at your online store. Your supplies. The yarn is from Trapilo Ovilo, a flannel type yarn that's 100% even and 3 centimeters wide. Here, I'll be working with 3 skeins of 250 grams each, for a total of 750 grams for the decoration. I'm going to be using these leftovers. Here, I have 20 grams, and on this side, I have 80 grams. Each one has a strand, 2 centimeters wide, and it's an extra stretchy feather-type t-shirt yarn. You can use the leftover yarn and the color you have available. Before starting the process, the first thing we need to do is stretch and organize our strand very well. This will make our work easier and give us a better finish. We are going to start working with the base, and we are going to leave a tail that is 2 meters long. It's very important that you don't skip this step. If you're going to make the bag bigger, then you need to leave a much longer tail. We're going to start with a slip knot. And we're going to crochet 14 chains, but we're going to count the slip knot at the beginning. So, here we have 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. We have 14 chains. So check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're going to make 1 more, and this will be our turning chain, and it's 12 centimeters long. We're going to work the first round, and we're going to do it with simple single crochet stitches. We pass the hook through the center. Look, here is the complete chain. In the center of the second chain, taking only the strand that's on the top. We pass the hook through the second. We yarn over, bring it forward, lift it up, always at the level of the little loop that's on the hook. Look, now we already have 2 little loops on the hook. We yarn over and pull through both. We have our first stitch. We insert the hook into the center of the second chain. We yarn over. We pull up a loop. We yarn over again and pull through both. Center of the next one. This way, we are going to work the single crochets until we get here to the second to last chain. We are going to do it in the second to last one. And remember, I told you that we are going to work into the slip knot. Look, here is the slip knot, under this little loop. See, here you can see the bump. We are going to insert the hook here. And we are going to work increases. There, we are going to make a triple increase, which means 3 stitches into that stitch, to give our base an oval shape. We insert the hook under that bump. And we are going to make the first stitch here. In this first stitch, since it's the start of the increase, we are going to place a marker to know that's where we started the increases. We make the second stitch, and we're going to make the third one in that same space, and we also place a marker. In this last one, we're going to work the stitches on this side, and here we're going to make a total of 12 stitches. We're going to insert the hook. Underneath both strands, look, here we have 1 and 2. The stitch has to be right here, in front of the stitch that's on the bottom. In this space, right here in front of the stitch. Taking both strands, we insert the hook. Look, here's the first one, and right below is the second one. We make a single crochet. This is how it should look, one in front of the other. We are going to work the stitches this way until we complete all 12. I have already made the 12 stitches. Here we are going to make the increase to close the round. But before that, let's work. With the yarn we set aside, we are going to make slip stitches. Here, where these spaces are, we insert the hook, we use the same one, and set aside the little ear. In the second space, 1 and 2, here in the center, between the 2 stitches, we take the reserved yarn. We have a little ear on the hook. We're going to insert the needle again in the center between the 2 stitches. And we have 2. We're going to slip the first one inside the second one. We have 1 little ear left on the hook. We insert the needle into the next space. And we make a slip stitch. Try not to tighten this stitch too much so the base doesn't shrink. We're going to make the last slip stitch, insert the hook between the 2, yarn over, and here we slip. Now we're going to pull all the yarn forward. And in that same space where we made the last stitch, we're going to take it back again. Insert the hook here on this side. This is how our slip stitches turned out. Here, we've made a total of 11 stitches. I want you to pay close attention to this step, because here we're going to work with both strands, the one we've set aside and the one attached to the skein. So here we're going to complete the increase, the 3 stitches, just like we did on this side, but here we already have 1 stitch. Look at it, right here where it is. In this space, there's already 1 stitch in the body of the second stitch. So does that mean we're going to make the 3rd stitch? We'll insert the hook into that space. We're going to take the yarn coming from the ball, and with this, we're going to make the body of the stitch. Look here, this is the little ear. As we're going to close this stitch, here we're going to take the other strand, which is the one we've set aside. See, this is the one that goes to the ball, and this is the one we've set aside. We take that strand, and we're going to pull it through all of them. See, we've already closed the stitch there. We're going to pull this strand all the way through. Here we have 1 and 2 stitches, and the body of the 3rd stitch. We're going to close it, and we're going to do it. With this short strand, we pass the needle from the back of the first complete chain. Look here. We take the short strand, and we take it to the back. Here we pull it all the way through. We're going to pass the needle through the center of the last chain. Look here where it is. And under the little bump that's on the back, the strand, we place the reserved strand. And we take it to the back. Here we adjust a little bit. And now we're positioning the strand. Look how perfect this join turned out. Here we always adjust the chain stitch so that it's the same size as the others. And here we can already see the 3 stitches of the increase. 1, 2, and 3. We need to place the marker on this side. And here, on this side, I finished the first round with a total of 30 single crochets. We work 12 stitches before the increases, here on each side, and in the corners where the increases are, we work 3 and 3 stitches. We are going to work the second round, and we will also do this one with single crochets. In fact, we will work the entire project with simple single crochets. We will always make the first stitch where the round is closed. Look, we work here. The closing of round number 1 means that right there, in that stitch, we will start the first stitch of the second round. This is where the increases are. So let's start working. 2 stitches in each stitch, 2 stitches here, 2 stitches in the center stitch, and 2 stitches on this side. We remove the marker. We pass the needle under the entire chain in this space, and we are going to take the strand connected to the yarn ball. We will set this one aside. Here we take Y. We make the first stitch and place the marker there because it's the first stitch of the increase. In that same space, we are going to make another stitch. And here we have 2 stitches in the same stitch. We are going to work into the center stitch, under the full top chain. Here we will make another increase. Here in the last stitch, we make 2 stitches. We place the marker again, and we have completed the increases on this side with a total of 6 stitches. 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This one stands out a lot, but remember that we complete that stitch when we finish the round. Let's work on this side. 12 single crochets until you reach the stitch before the marker. We pass the needle under the entire chain. We make a stitch under the next one. I've already made the 11 stitches here. We have the last one, which is number 12. At this point, we're going to close this second round, and we'll start working with the yarn we've set aside. So we're going to insert the needle into the center of that stitch. We're going to grab the yarn that's attached to the skein, and with this, we're going to work the body of the stitch. Look, here we add height. We have 2 loops on the hook. Now we're going to take the reserved yarn. Look here. And with this, we're going to close that stitch. We have 2 loops on the hook. We yarn over and pull through both. If this stitch turns out too big for you or the one you made for the body, just pull the yarn from the skein and it will tighten up again. So, here we've already closed the stitch. Now we're going to pull up this loop. We remove the marker, insert the needle into the first full chain from back to front and grab the yarn. And we pull it to the back. Now we insert the needle into the center of the last chain. First under the bump that's on the back side, grab the yarn. Remember, we're working with a short strand. And look how perfect this closure turned out. Look at how it looks from the back. We place the marker again in the first stitch of the increase. I finished round number 2 with a total of 36 stitches. We continue working 12 stitches in the center and 6 stitches in each corner. We are going to start round number 3, and here we will begin with the pattern that we are going to use for this project. We are going to insert the needle not in the chain anymore, but in the back part. Notice that we will always start the first stitch in the stitch where the closing was done. In this case, it's here, in the stitch before the marker. See, here's the marker, and the closing was done in the stitch ahead of it. We start by inserting the needle, not in the center of the chain, not here, but in the back part, where the little ridges are, right here in this space, in the back, in this little ridge. Right here in this little ridge, that's where we're going to make the stitches. We pass the needle under this ridge, grab the yarn coming from the skein, and make the stitch. Here where the markers are. We continue working the increases. And here we keep following the pattern of one single crochet, one increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. We start with a single crochet, and we're going to do it. Look, here is the chain, and on the back part of that chain, there's the little ridge. That's where the single crochet goes. This is the first stitch of the increase. That's where we place the marker. In the next back loop, work 2 stitches into that same stitch, 1, 2 in the next one, a single stitch. In the next one, an increase, single stitch. And here in the last one, look, here is the marker on the back. There's an increase coming. 1 and 2. We remove this marker and place it on the last stitch of the increase. We're going to work 12 single crochets on this side, and we're going to do them in the back part. This entire round will be in the back loop of the stitch. I've already completed the 12 stitches. We're going to work the increase on this side, and here, always check which stitch we finish with. Look, here we finished with an increase to keep the sequence going. So, what does that mean I should start with on this side? With a single stitch, I remove the marker and work a single stitch into the back loop. I place the marker again, and I work the sequence. A single stitch, and in the next one, an increase stitch.
No.
2. In the next stitch, we're going to work a single stitch. That means a single stitch, followed by an increase stitch. In the next one, a single stitch. And here in the last one, where the marker is, we're going to work an increase. 1 and 2. We place the marker on the last stitch. And we finish here by making 11 single crochets. We start the stitch on the back side. We pass the needle through the back loop. We take the yarn, which is the body of the bag. We are doing it with the yarn that goes to the ball. And here, the top part of the stitch, the closure, we're going to do it with the reserved strand. So here we make the switch. We take the reserved strand, and we finish off the stitch. We pull it out. We remove the marker. We go underneath of the full chain loop. We take the strand and we bring it back. Now Now we'll pass the needle through the center, from the last chain, and under the little bump that's on the back side. We take the short strand, and we take it to the back. Here we tighten the chain stitch very well. See how it turns out? Same size as the others. We place the marker again where the increase is. I finished round number 3 with a total of 42 stitches. Please check to make sure you have that amount. Here in the center, before the markers, we continue working 12 stitches. And on this side, where the increases are, we've now gone up to 9. And 9 stitches. At the end of this round, we can already see the pattern that the stitch is creating. Look how pretty it is! On the inside, this is how it looks. Let's start round number 4. And we're going to do this one. In the chain stitch, we're not going to work in the back loop. We're going to alternate the place where we make the stitches. In round number 3, we work in the back loop. And in this one, we're going to work in the chain, on the top part. Here is where we'll always insert the needle. In the stitch where the previous round ends. Look, in this case, it's on this side. We pass the needle under that chain. And we take the yarn that comes from the skein. Okay, we make a stitch. We pass the hook through the center of the next chain and make another stitch. We are here at the markers, and here we are going to continue the sequence of increases. This time, we are going to work 1 increase, 2 single stitches, 1 increase, 2 single stitches. We are going to make the increase where we work the single stitch in the previous round, and we are going to work the single stitches. Where we make the increases, we remove the marker and make an increase. We place the marker in the first stitch of this increase. We work single stitches and single stitches, and in the next one, which is the single stitch from the previous round, we make the increase. Single stitches. We make the here comes the increase stitch from the previous round. We work single stitches, and in the next, single stitches. Increase. Single stitches. We finish with 2 single stitches. We finish or not. We finish with single stitches. We place the marker on the last stitch. And on this side, we're going to work the 12 single crochets. I finished the 12 stitches, and here we're going to work the increases, keeping in mind the sequence we finished with. On this side, here we make 2 single crochets. That means on this side, we continue with an increase. Notice that the increase stitch matches the single crochet from the previous round. So here we make the 2 stitches. 1 and 2. We place the marker here again, and on this side we work 2 single stitches. Increase stitch. Single stitches. Increase stitch, and here we finish with 2 single stitches. We finish the increases on this side, and look, here we close the sequence correctly, ending with 2 single stitches, and over here on this side, we started with increased stitches. We are going to work the stitches until we reach the stitch before the last one. I finished the stitches. Now let's do the last one, and in this one, we will close the round. we are going to make the body of the stitch with the yarn coming from the skein. And we are going to close with a short strand. Notice that here we make the change. We yarn over and pull through the 2 loops we have on the hook. We pull it out right away. We adjust the stitch if you see that it's too tall. Pull the yarn from the skein a little bit. And here I adjust it. We pass the needle under the first chain. We take the short end of the yarn, and we take it to the back. We pass the needle through the center of the last chain, from the back side, also underneath the back bump. We take the short strand, and we take it to the back. Whenever you finish a round, arrange the stitches like this, so that the base starts taking its shape. If you see that it twists a little, it's normal. As you go up, it will start settling into place. If you see that your stitches are too loose, and you want the base to be tighter, you can tighten the stitches a little more, or switch to a smaller hook. If you see that the stitches are too tight, do the same thing. Switch to a larger hook, or loosen the stitch a little bit more. I finished round number 4 with a total of 48 stitches. Let's keep working. 12 stitches in the center before the markers. And here, at the increases on each side, we have made 12 stitches. Let's start round number 5. And this will be the last one for the base. Let's pass the hook through. Here in the last stitch, where we finished off the previous round, we go through from the back, where the little ridges are. Remember that we are alternating. The place where we make the stitches. One in the chain, another in the ridge. We yarn over, and we make a stitch of in the next one. Single crochet. Single crochet. And here where the marker is, we start with the increases. We are going to follow a sequence of 3 single crochets, then an increase stitch. 3 single crochets, then an increase stitch. We make 3 single crochets, and here we finish with an increase. We remove the marker, and we're going to work from the back where the ridge is. Three single crochets. Now comes the increase. 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches. Increase point. Three simple points. And here where the marker is, we finish with an increase stitch. I finished the increases on this side. We're going to work 12 single stitches up to the stitch before the marker. I finished the 12 stitches. We're going to finish the increases on this side following the sequence. Here we finish with an increase stitch. Look at us here where it is. We're going to start here with 3 single stitches. Increase stitch. 3 single stitches. Increase stitch. 3 single stitches. And in this last one, we finish with the increase. I finished the increases on this side. We're going to work these stitches. And here in the last one, we're going to finish off the round. I finished the stitches on this side, did 8 in total. Remember that here at the beginning we worked 3. That would be 8, 9, 10, 11. And this last one would make 12 stitches. We'll pass the needle from the back, right where the bump is. We take the yarn from the skein. We change the yarn here. We take the short strand, and we're going to finish off the stitch. We pull the strand through. We pass the needle under the first chain. Here in the center of the last one. I've already finished round number 5 with 54 stitches. Please check that you have that amount. Here is where the increases are. On each corner, we work 15 stitches. And in the center, we continue with 12 and 12. Lengthwise, it is 24 centimeters wide. It is 10.5 centimeters. If you want to make the base a little bigger, I'll show you the sequence for round 6 and 7 on the screen. Remember that X is a single crochet and V is an increase stitch. Let's place the stitch markers. We're going to put them here on the stitch. The one that's after the chain, on this one. We open it from the back. Here on this side. We open the little legs from the back. Here's how we finish the base. Look how beautiful it turned out. The pattern it leaves is very pretty. This stitch. Now we're going to work on the body of the bag. We're going to do this by positioning the base. With the chains facing down, they should be like this. Let's follow the sequence of the pattern. That means that round number 5, we work it on the little hill at the back part of the stitch. This round, which is the first one going up, we are going to work it into the chain. From now on, we are going to alternate. One in the back bump, one in the chain, one in the back bump, one in the chain. The difference is that in these rounds, we won't make any increases. We are going to work on the base of 54 stitches. We insert the hook here where we have finished the round. Here on this side. And we recommend crocheting encantados. And when we make a stitch, we will always start where we closed the previous round, under the little box. The next stitch. In this way, we are going to work the stitches. One stitch on top of each chain all along the edge until we get here. One stitch before the end. I have already finished the first round going up the sides. Look at how the stitches are turning out. Here we can notice where the piece is going up. Now let's make the join. Remember that we will always make the join in the last stitch. We make the body with the yarn that comes from the skein, and we will do the closing with the yarn we have set aside. And we close. We close the stitch by passing the hook from the back of the first chain, taking the short yarn. We always close with the short yarn. We pass the needle under the bump and into the center of the last chain, taking the short yarn. With this same one, we close the stitch. I finished the first row up with 54 stitches. We are going to start the second row in the back where the bumps are, always starting where the closing was done. We take the yarn coming from the skein and make the first stitch. I've already finished the second row up, and look how the pattern is starting to show. We are going to keep working this way, alternating where we make the stitches. In this second row, we did it on the back of the ridge. In the third row, we'll do it in the chain. In the fourth, on the ridge. In the fifth, in the chain. So I keep working on the piece, and I'll show you how tall it should be and how many rows we're going to make. I finished the height of the piece. Look at how the stitch pattern turned out. How pretty the chains look. See how they're all even and well organized. And on the inside, it's quite spacious, and the base is very firm and structured. I like the effect it gives to the stitches. Look how pretty it is. I did 22 rounds going up plus 5 that we did on the base, so that's a total of 27 rounds from the beginning to this part. To identify each round, we're going to look at where the chains are and at the stitches you can see underneath them. This is a single round, and on top of the chain there are other stitches. This is another round, so we have 1, 2, the one on top, 3, the chain, 4, the stitches that are on top of the chain, 5, the chain, 6, the stitches that are on top. And that way you can identify them. At the end of this part of the piece, you should always finish with the stitches worked into the chains, not with the ones made in the back bump. They should always look like this. Look at how the stitches appear. Here in the last row, notice that we don't have the chain in the front, but we're on the row that we made under the entire chain. This is how the last row should end. In length, we have 19 centimeters in width. We have 27 centimeters. We're going to work on the handles, and I've already placed the markers here. I'll explain how you're going to do it. Remember that we've been working on a base of 54 stitches. You're going to take the piece and arrange it like this, so that you have one stitch facing the other here at the corners, and you'll have one stitch left. You're going to place the marker here at this corner. At this stitch, you're going to place the other marker. On this side at the front, you will have 26 stitches. And on this side, you will also have 26 stitches. That makes 52 stitches, not counting the corner markers. This would be 53 and 54. Let's count from the inside out, starting at the stitch right after the marker here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We place the marker at stitch 7. And on this side, we do the same. Here is the marker. We count at the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We place the marker at stitch 7. You will do the same on the other side. Count the stitch after the marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Place the next marker. And on this side, you will do the same. Count 7 stitches and place the marker. Here in the center, you will have 12 stitches left, not counting the stitches where the markers are. You will count here on the inside part. 1, notice that it's the stitch after the marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. The same on this side. And when you place the bag, you'll see that the stitches will line up opposite each other. Let's continue with the rounds. Here, we can already remove the marker from the corners. And from this marker to this marker, counting the next stitch. From this side to this one, we have 13 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stitches on this side. We also have 13 stitches. We start at the stitch where the previous round ended. We pass the needle under the ridge, take the yarn coming from the skein, and make the first stitch here. We are going to work one stitch under each ridge until we reach the stitch with the marker. Once we reach the marker, we will make the last stitch. And here we are going to make the chains to reach the next marker. We are going to work 18 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, until we complete all 18 chains. This is how it's looking so far. If you want, you can make it longer or shorter. We're going to continue with the stitches, remove the marker, and work from the back side. And we remove the marker. We make the last stitch here. And we work the 18 chains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I finished the chains. We work here where the marker is.
Thank you.
And here, at this last stitch, we're going to make the join now. This is how the join turned out. And look how the chains turned out. They measure 12 centimeters. Let's do another round. We're going to start this one by passing the hook under the full chain, where the previous round ended. We make a single crochet under the next chain. And in this way, until we reach the last stitch. We make the last stitch. And we start working the chains. We start here at the back, where the little bumps are. Look, here's the first one. We insert the hook underneath, and we make the stitch. Underneath the next one. Here's the last small bump. Look here at the back part. We pass the needle through. Very carefully, because this is really tight. We make the last stitch. And we're going to pass the needle right down here, under the first chain. Look here.
Thank you.
We keep working one stitch into each chain until we reach the other side. I finished stitching this sleeve. And in total, we worked 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's do the single crochet under the first chain.
Thank you.
Thank you. In this last one, we do the closing. We're going to do one last round, and we're going to do this one from the back, where the ridges are, to give it a better finish. We pass the needle under the ridge and make the stitch. We continue until we reach this last stitch here on the handle. We are also going to work on the ridges that are on the back part. We keep working one stitch under each ridge on this side, until we get here to the last stitch, where we are going to close the round.
and we have it ready.
We are going to make the last stitch now to close this round. We cut the strand from the skein. We pull it out. And we pass it under the full top chain. Thank you. We tighten the chain here very well. We're going to hide these 2 strands under the stitches. I've already hidden the strands. When you finish, you're going to put a little dot of silicone here on this tip at the bottom. Or are you going to do a simple stitch with needle and thread to keep it from coming undone? And when you finish, you cut off the excess. This is how the end of the round turned out. Look, it's an invisible closure. When you finish, make sure the chain is the same size as the others. If it's too tight, you can adjust it like this so it gets organized. Now we're going to attach the magnetic clasp. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And on this side, it's also 6 stitches right here. Place the clasp on the back side, also underneath the little bump. And you're going to make 3 simple stitches in each space, trying to make sure the nylon doesn't show on this side. The clasp is ready now. It's well positioned. When you finish the stitches, at the ends you're going to make 3 knots and hide the excess underneath the stitches. We'll crochet the decoration, and I'll switch to a size 5 hook. I'm going to leave a tail about 10 cm long, and here I'm going to make a magic ring. Inside the ring, we're going to crochet 4 stitches. We pass the needle under the first strand. Take the strand that's in the back and bring it forward. We yarn over and pass it through this little loop. Here we have a chain stitch. We're going to complete the stitch by inserting the hook again into the circle, yarn over. Now we have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through both. Here we have the first single crochet. See that it's complete. Here on top is the chain, and down here is the body of the stitch. We insert the hook again. We make the second one, and so on. Third and fourth point. We are going to take the short strand and pull it to close the circle a little. To close this round, we are going to lift this little loop. And we are going to pass the needle from underneath the first full chain stitch. Here, from back to front, we place the reserved little loop like this and take it to the back. Look, we'll have a strand left underneath and pass the needle through. And we are going to place the reserved little loop. We tighten the stitch. We take the yarn and bring it forward. We make a stitch here. In this second round, we are going to work increases. 2 stitches in each stitch. Here we already have one. We pass the needle through again, under that stitch, and we make the other one. We go under the next one. We make 2 stitches. We are going to finish this round. We pass the hook under the first chain. We take the reserved loop and move it to the back. I finished the second round, and here we have 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's start a third round. We pass the hook under this strand. we place the reserved loop, and here we adjust. We take the strand and make the first stitch. In this round, we are not going to work any increases. We will pass the hook under each chain, and there we will make a stitch. Here, we already have the first one. We pass the hook under the next chain, and we make the stitch. We are going to continue this process until we reach the last chain. We finish this third round with 10 stitches, and look how the piece is turning out. We are going to do a fourth and final round, and in this one, we are going to work decreases. We pass the hook here under the strand that we have taken to the back. We place the reserved loop. We adjust. We make the first stitch here, but we are not going to close it. And look, we have the loop on the hook. We pass the hook under the next chain. We yarn over and pull up a loop. Here, we have 2 loops on the hook. We yarn over and pull through. We have made the first decrease. We pass the hook under the next chain. We yarn over and pull up a loop. Here, we have 2 loops on the hook. We pass the hook underneath again, from the next chain. And look, here we've picked up loops from 2 stitches. We have 3 loops on the hook. We yarn over and pull through. Under the next 2, 1 and 2, we close the stitch. Look, here we have 1 and 2 left. And here, under the last 2. 1 and 2. I finished the fourth round with 5 decreased stitches. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to close it off, making it the height of this loop. And with this one, we're going to attach the cherry, so it really depends. The length is up to you. If you want it very long, just pull out more yarn. If you want it shorter, just gather it up. I don't want mine too long, so I'm going to leave it like this. At this size, we're going to pass this yarn under the first chain. We're going to cut this yarn, leaving a little piece here. We're going to pass this yarn through here. Up here. Here we have the 2 little ends left. Let's secure them very well. And we make 2 knots. 1 and 2. We cut off the ends. We tuck these ends inside 3. To finish, we're going to pass this strand here at the bottom. See where this space is. Here, we insert the needle. We place the strand and bring it down. We organize it well, just like this too. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 18, 19, 21, 26, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 37, 38, 40, 42, 43, 47, 48, 49, 52, 58, 59, 62, 72, 73, 103, 104, 106, 107, 1004, 1005.
Vamos a pasar la aguja en el centro.
108, 111, 124. For the next stitch, we're going to yarn over the hook, pass the hook under the next chain, and make a double crochet. See here, we have 3 loops on the hook. We yarn over and pull through the first 2. That gives it height. We have 2 left. Yarn over again and pull through both. We are going to insert the hook under the next chain, and here we are going to make a single crochet. Here we already cut the yarn. We pull it out from this side. And here, where the slip knot from the beginning is, we're going to undo it. We tighten both strands. We make a little knot. And that's how we get the little leaf. We're going to place it on our cherry. We'll pass the needle through where we pulled the thread out. We take the thread and bring it inside. We make 2 little knots here, securing it very well. We trim the threads a little. And with the help of the needle, we're going to take it to the inside part of the cherry. I finished weaving in the ends. And look how the cherry turned out. If you want, you can add another little leaf on this side. That's optional. It measures 5 centimeters long. Here, I already have another cherry ready. I left this strand a little longer, and I didn't want to add leaves so it wouldn't look too crowded. But if you want, you can add 2 leaves to each cherry. This is how it should look. Look how beautiful it is. I'm going to use this bell to attach the cherries. If you don't have it, you can use a ring with a lobster clasp and place it like this. Pass it through the ring. And you place it like this. This way you can place the other one too, and it will look like this. Since these strands are too thin to place inside the bell, let's do this. I'm going to pass one strand through the other. I'm going to tie a small knot, like this. We put the little knot inside the bell, and to make it more secure, you can apply a little silicone glue. Here. And we push it all the way inside. And we tighten the screws. Let's put on the ornament. Look how beautiful it turned out. Let's place it here where the ring is. These are the final measurements. In height, 26 centimeters. In width, 28 centimeters. This is the result of today's class. I hope you like it and put it into practice. If so, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment as a sign of appreciation. See you in the next tutorial. God bless you. Bye.